the internet's only YouTube channel, Talking to Fence People. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. That's what I'm saying. I'm saying this is the internet's only YouTube channel. Somebody mentioned that they thought there might be another one, but I'm sure they were lying. Anyway, let's wake up. It's after 6 in the morning. We might as well wake up at this point, you know. Coffee's hot. Almost, perhaps a little too hot. I believe I see Ruben R in the chat. I'm pulling it up on the screen right now. I do see Ruben R and Big Dog Mofo. I see them both. I see them with my looking eyes. So, it's a bland Tuesday morning. That's what's up, Ruben. Just a bland Tuesday morning on a bland Tuesday day. You're in LA right now, Ruben, or what? Did you ever go to Casa Bonita? Will you wear your shoes on the wrong feet and show the camera? Sure, I will do that. However, it's not going to look very much like they're on the wrong feet. Because these shoes, while they are on the wrong feet, they're tatami slippers. So, to be on the wrong feet doesn't really mean anything. It's just, after you wear them for a while, yeah, she is. She's a cute kitty cat. She's a beauty poo. Oh, yes. What a beauty poo. What an important beauty. Yes. Daddy knows. And Daddy loves. No, that I cannot do, Josh, because that requires me to do too much work. This is such a dorky headline. Safety first. Rattlesnake training for animals. Okay. So it's time to pull. No, I'm not going to wear my shirt backwards. Again, for the same reason. That requires too much effort on my part. I don't want to do a whole bunch of work just to exist. Sitting up in bed wondering if I'm about to be hit by a cluster headache. Well, what you should do is go jogging. NASA lies, says Telex. Super Joe Coyer says, can I have a shout out, please? I hereby shout you out, Super Joe Coyer. NASA lies, huh? That is, yeah, that's the place, Casa Bonita. Yes, they only take cash. That's true. That's not a good enough reason not to go there. You can get cash out, you know. You don't just always have to use the card. Let's pull the first bong rip of the day. First bar of the day you might refer to as the lung breaking inner of the day. Well, that's a depressing headline that I hadn't seen until just now. It says, never give up. Coulterville woman whose husband is in a coma continues to hold out hope for a medical miracle. No, Ruben was just greeting both uh, Big Dog Mofo and me separately. All right, time for another bong rip. Now, I had visions, dreams, thoughts, imaginations of doing the little chores this morning. Maybe Lum Jong El Sang Tam. Good morning. Thank you, Pretty Cat, for that. Wake up, Baldy. Wake up. Yeah, it is Casa Bonita. Yeah, it's the best. It's the absolute best lasagna you're ever going to have. Sometimes if you go late, they run out of it, and then you have to wait 45 minutes for them to make some more. I am from California. I'm from Mariposa County, California. What is the cat's name? That cat's name is Capillo, and she's a very sweet kitty. Her name, Capillo, means sweetheart in Hawaiian. On the other hand, we have another cat here. Nice to meet you too. Lum Jong El Sang Tam. With a K though, Max. This cat's name is Trouble. And that's Hawaiian for trouble. Okay, actually it's English for trouble. Is the sun rising yet? Yeah, it's rising a little bit. But it's not yet out enough to put the seedlings out. Still says it's 27 degrees. Both of my cats are named appropriately. The sweet cat is named Sweetheart. The trouble cat is named Trouble. Well, thanks, Gara. I do try to be pretty chill. I got a pretty chill life, It's pretty easy to chill when you got a chill life. I don't really have anything on schedule for today, but I'll probably drive over to the... Yeah, that's what it's called, Casa Bianca. What did you call it? Oh, Casa Bonita. I forget. It's either Casa Bianca or Casa Bonita. It's right there on Colorado Boulevard. Casa Bianca sounds more correct. Same difference, Ruben. You're being all persnickety about irrelevant little details. Yeah, it's called Casa Bianca. Ruben, Casa Bianca, Casa Bonita, same thing, okay? Pretty house, Bianca's house, same thing. Well, Patriot, but the point is that Bianca is very pretty. So that's why it's the same. Tiffany Weiss, happy birthday. Congratulations to you for your upcoming birthday. And I am having my morning cup of coffee, indeed. I saved this styrofoam cup from the last time we went to Boot Jack. I did, Putty Cat. Thank you for asking. I had a wonderful poop this morning already. I was gonna wait until I started streaming, but it was ready to come out. I said, you know what? Poop when you can. Poop when you can. No, I saved this cup. So, this is homemade coffee that I made yesterday. It's very delicious. Ruben says, lol, thank you. Almost went to go eat at a senior daycare. You get a wonder point for that, Ruben. Hi, KE. 4 hours is a regular sleep, but you're going to need like 2 2-hour naps as well. Four hours is the minimum. So it's like if you're kind of gacked out on Addy and like you can't really sleep, but finally late you're like, okay, I could go sleep. Well, you need 4 hours of time to sleep in. My cat's name is Trouble because he's Trouble. In fact, we should probably go watch him eat again. Yes, I watched him eat already this morning. But he likes me to watch him eat multiple times. He's standing over there, basically waiting for me to stand up, at which point he'll say, meow, and I'll follow him into the kitchen and watch him eat. This cat seriously will not eat if I'm not watching him eat. When we go away on vacation for a day or something, we come back, he's barely had a bite of food. Because he's polite like that, Kay. He believes in greeting people, okay? Oh, that horrible cloggy bitch. Dude, you be ripping. It's legal in Germany since April 1st. Woohoo! Congratulations, Germany. Good job. Your cat looks mad. You ain't sharing. See, here we go. This cat is a little mad because I haven't washed the meat enough this morning. Well, go ahead. Go ahead and eat. There you go. Now you're eating. What a good kitty. Do you need more food, Capilla? Capilla said she wants to eat now, too. Yes, you need more food. There you go, sweetie. So I guess Capilla was motivated by trouble. It sounds trouble eating to come eat herself. Yes, I'm right here. Petting you, watching you eat, everything you want. Oh, sure. I get it. This is boring. Who wants to watch a cat eat on a live stream? Especially while I'm not even providing ongoing commentary. Well, this is all part of waking up, okay? Waking up's not supposed to be exciting. Waking up is supposed to be a gradual process of easing into the day. It begins by watching your cat eat. Yes, I'm watching you eat so much. Oh, yes. And I'm loving it so much. Don't worry about your sister, just eat your food. He's such a big bully. Computer's done, so she wants to go outside. Now that she's gone outside, Trouble will finish eating quickly, because he probably will want to go outside to bother her. Now he's going to get water. Alright, well, good for you. It's growth, Trouble. It's real growth. I've been trying to explain to him that he needs to be nice to Capito instead of mean. But you know, he's not a very good listener. See you later, Jera. Sean L. Welcome. Sinbad. I guess you got chastised. Break down the inevitable into manageable chunks and take the tiniest action on something less painful to create a dopamine reward in your brain. That's a good idea. Sounds like you're trying to get something accomplished here, Ruben. I don't know if that sounds like such a great idea. But if you are trying to get something accomplished, I think your plan is a good one. Now, I've got 3 Trouble. Leave Capito alone. No, get out of the way. Go. Oh, Trouble, get down from there. Come on. You want to bother your sister all the time. Like, she just ran to go upstairs, right? But he had run upstairs before because they shooed him away from him to let Capito in. And then when she got up there and realized he was up there, she just turned right around and she ran back downstairs. All right, I've got some glasses now. So I've got all the ingredients I need. No, Josh the figure collector, I'm not putting on 2 different color socks. Oh, that's normal, Cherry Lamb. That's totally normal for around here. You know, we get new eyes. Some of them stick around, some of them don't. But most people don't, obviously. Thanks, Chaka. I'd like to think it's a pretty cool channel. I mean, it's not uncool, but it may not be super exciting all the time because it's just me living my life. If I'm really killing it, then it's me living my life. Usually it's just me sitting around reading the chat and doing nothing. Speaking of Rapture, anyone here ever played Bioshock? No. Is it rapturous? Well, yeah, she's got multiple places of avoiding him. It also depends somewhat on you know, don't even get me started. I try to police this behavior all the time, and it's frustrating. It causes me a lot of frustration. Oh, the next one, I'm not sure. But believe it or not, there wasn't any rapture yesterday. Someone who plays Bioshock says hello to you. Oh, thanks. I was buffering, what caused me a lot of frustration. The cats, like the way that Trouble, like, bullies Capio. You know, I can't, I can't get, I can't make them behave how I want them to. You know, I can't get Trouble to stop being a dick. Well, I suppose it's not an especially memorable activity here, Lamb. So what am I going to do today? What are we going to do today? What are we going to do this morning? I do feel a compelling need to vacuum, or maybe sweep first, even. I could clean in the kitchen some. These are the kind of things that I can do. I'm capable of doing these things. I could clean. I could get the floors cleaned up. I have to wait until the work's done on the septic tank. You know? I'm frustrated by the delays as well. I want shit like I call you, you come today, fix it, you're done. But that's not how it works. No, I'm not gonna do that, Putty Cat. I could get some scissors and trim back this mustache a bit. It's kind of in my mouth. Yeah, Cyndi Lauper's a much better artist across the board than Madonna. Well, that's going to be probably inadequate in motivating me to do chores. I tend to do things that need to be done or overdue when I have a certain amount of energy. I'm pretty low energy right now, obviously. I don't have a lot of, hey, 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 who's ready for spaghetti night? It's a reference to a Rick and Morty episode I watched recently. Do ISTJ girls like to have fun? I'm sure they do. Yeah. All right. I mean, I do reference R frequently enough. I just didn't know that's what I was referencing. But I didn't know that's what it was called. Well, I can tell you right away. I went from fairly energetic upon waking up at 6, whatever, to ready to go back to sleep. I'll probably well, the thing about ISTJs is they may be super common, but that doesn't mean you're super likely to run into them. You want me to move him away so you can go upstairs? You want me to carry you upstairs so you can go be with Mama? Yeah. Yes, Daddy knows and Daddy does. Here you go. Want to go upstairs? You go upstairs? No. Yeah. Yeah. Good. You get up here. Move. 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 Now, I've cleared trouble out of the way. Kapir can either come over here or go upstairs, depending on what she wants. Well, she decided to come back over here. Retiritarian. Yeah, they're kind of hard to get in with. Well, they're all about their past, their history, etc. Well, they're epipolar, so it's difficult to. They're not necessarily super social. Booty cat, I don't really feel like that. Sean L, why do you need Sleepy Week? Is it to prevent damage or addiction? Um, well, it's just to recoup my dopamine reserves. When you sleep, you generate dopamine. Uh, and when you are on Sleepy Week, you sleep more than normal, and that makes up for you sleeping less than normal during the Adderall weeks, so that when you go back on Adderall, it works again. You kind of get diminishing returns from Adderall. Uh, I don't think that's really correct here, Lamb. it is the case that, like, after Sleepy Week, when I start getting back to normal Eric Week, but not on Adderall, then I start. No, it depends here, Lamb. It depends whether you're a serotonin person or a dopamine person. Serotonin makes me super sleepy. Dopamine makes me happy. Serotonin makes me happy sometimes too. So it's like, Buddy Cat, I'm not looking for suggestions, okay? Gaw. What I need to do is go over to the other house. So I need to do that. We'll go over there at some point. I'll take you guys with me. I mean, there are different kinds of serotonin drugs, you know? A weird thing about anxiety is a certain amount of it is beneficial, gets you doing shit. Yeah, well, that's true. Uh, so when we take this field trip, it it's going to be one of those situations where we'll get in the little wilderness car, but then I'll be it'll lose connectivity for like a few minutes, 2 minutes maybe, and then I'll get back in range of the other internet over there, and then it'll reconnect. So it's pretty quick to get over there. It's not very far away. Um, I mean, if you like pay it like note pay some kind of note right now to how I am on Sleepy Week, and then note how I'm different when I start a bottle of Adderall. One thing you'll see that's different is that I probably talk a little faster. I have more to say. I stream for longer. Um, I sleep less. After a little while on, people start saying, "You look really tired." Hero Lamb says, "If I don't get some exercise, I start feeling like dead emotionally and physically." Uh, our dearest Rubio. So probably, I don't know, probably tomorrow, next day, day after, I will start feeling like normal again, of normal energy levels. And then I'll start feeling feeny, like, I wish I had some Adderall already. But then, just as I'm ready to have it for sure again, my prescription will be refilled. So I currently have, today is the night. I have 11 days, I think, till I get my Adderall refilled. No, it's not better than the restaurant. You cannot get better lasagna than they have at Casa Bianca. Okay. Casa Bianca is the best of all the lasagnas. I will tell you, yes, we get Michelangelo's frozen lasagna. What's the benefit of doing amphetamines? Um, you get to be on drugs. That one seems pretty obvious to me, Sean. It's the difference between being on drugs and not being on drugs. You are. If you go to Casa Bianca today and get that lasagna, you could call it in and go pick it up too. You don't even have to eat it there. I know getting Acacia out of the house is probably a challenge. But you could just go call it in on your phone. I think they open like 4. Then you go pick it up and eat it, and then you'll realize, oh my goodness, Eric was right. This is the best lasagna in the world. Good morning, Simple Girl 357. How pleasant to see you. Is Ruben R. Bobo? Yeah. Then you won't have to wait too, because it's a slow restaurant. I will say that it's a slow restaurant. If you go to eat there and sit down, unless you get there right when it opens, you're probably gonna have to wait to get seated, and then you're gonna have to wait for them to bring you your food too. So I don't know. The thing is, I'm what you might call a loadie. All right, as a loadie, yeah, I am catching up on some rest. It's sleepy week. A couple more days, and I'll be regular Eric. Regular Eric is the third part of the trinity of Eric. There's Adderall Eric, Sleepy Week Eric, and regular Eric. Anyway, as a lifelong loadie, I I like to be in some sort of altered state a lot, you know. I've I can't drink alcohol anymore, so and obviously I can't really do things like meth anymore, you know. I try to do only sustainable drugs I can do sustainably. The whole cycle of Adderall is key to Adderall being sustainable for me. I thought for a while that like it really kind of wasn't working anymore. It just I was too old, couldn't hang with it anymore or something. But really, that was just a period of time after my parents died, where I just, after my parents died, after we moved here and stuff, and I just wasn't feeling life. I was just feeling, yeah, feeling sick. So I called into work today. So I'm gonna smoke and YouTube all day. It's a good idea. It's a good idea. Tried to look through my husband's welding helmet, however, didn't see a darn thing. Well, that's because you need to be looking. Oh, you mean at the eclipse? Rachel tried to look at it with regular sunglasses on. She didn't. She didn't look very long, unfortunately. Don't diss the boy RD. Yeah. They should have a series of commercials with that as their slogan. Have some like really gangster looking guys. Or actually have like a gangster looking guy diss the boy RD and then have some regular looking guys get all up in his face. Don't diss the boy RD. I like it. I think it's an excellent commercial. Yeah, of course, I would love to see implemented um, my idea for bun huggers as a commercial, which is just like holsters, holster your guns. Underwears for hugging your buns. Buy bun huggers today. Boy, don't do that. I'm 52 or 02K. Soon I'll be 53. Well, when you're making a can of yeah like that, you gotta jazz it up. You gotta jazz it up. Wake up, Baldy. You gotta jazz it up with some dried onions, and you gotta jazz it up with some garlic powder, maybe a little salt and pepper, but you know. Does my cat like roast beef? You could get some Zatarain's as well, yes. You should jazz it up with that stuff. Roast beef's good. It's better than non-roast beef. Better than boiled beef. I'm not a huge fan of boiled beef. I'm not sure I've ever had it. I'm gonna try your fried rice now that I have watched you a couple times. Oh, cool. Wow. When I cook things on stream, it makes me want to do a better job of cooking them. I look like Mr. White. I get that a fair amount. You sound like Jesse Pinkman. The Rapture happened, Rose Violet, and we've all been left behind. Sorry to tell you. What is stew if not boiled beef? Sean L. I don't appreciate your counterexample. Okay. All right, maybe boiled beef is fine after all, but it has to be boiled in something other than just water. Pretty hilarious show at some point, especially when Jesse's talking about two frozen food boxes lie about how good it is. I'm just a survival cook, just something to fill the void. Yeah. Well, I guess to some extent, we all, during the course of our whole lives, are directing some amount of attention to filling some kind of a void. But it's obviously a lot more stark when it's created by a singular loss of that significance. I think I'm going to fill the void of this moment with a bong rip. With a healthful, enriching bong rip. Chia seed pudding. Chia. Now that's a good advertising thing. Whoever came up with chia, they knew what they were doing. Right? There's not much to it, but it's all you need. Ow! Motherfuck! Every once in a while I do this thing. I'm trying to poke this stem and I miss the hole and stab myself with the poker. His name's Galinko. Gulinko, 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 a Gulinko, Gulinko, a Gulinko, 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 a Gulinko. I didn't stab myself that bad. You like salmon patties? Yeah, maybe somewhere, anything with cheese, you can't go wrong. It's a good thing to melt it together. Morgan says we love you. Well, thanks, Morgan. I love you too. As usual, we've got one of two problems in this bong. Either don't put quite enough weed in which case it pulls right through. We put a little bit too much weed in. Like this is just pouring right down the stem, all this weed. You put a little bit too much weed in, and then it won't pull through at all, it gets clogged. You have two choices. Both of them are horrible. That was Jack. Sometimes I do. And I stab myself with a poker. Finally, I get a proper bong rip. Get one of those little pit pens. I don't know what that is. I mean, I chatted with him briefly here in a stream one time recently. But he was in the chat. What kind of critters have my cats brought into the house? Oh yeah, I have one of those. Right here, simple girl. I don't really like it that much. So what kind of critters have my cats brought into the house? Mice and lizards. And one time a quail, a baby quail. That was horrible. Anthony is good morning. I mean, there wasn't any main argument. He just ran around and trying to avoid answering any of my questions. I said, no, I don't want to collaborate with you. You know, what you need to do is concede first and foremost that defensible typology is correct. And then if you have something to add, fine. The fact that he came in saying we should combine our efforts to collaborate or something is proof positive that he's already conceded the point. I have no interest in collaborating because what I already have extant is as correct as it's going to get for what it is. If he's got something to add to it, fine, but he has to start by learning the existing reality of things. Yeah, let's take a bong rip. I agree. Anthony is. And I'm going to heart that and like it too. So, thanks very much, Anthony. And let me pack one here. In fact, Anthony, this you're gonna right now get a double bong rip because I'm gonna transubstantiate this bong rip from my lungs to your head. So you're gonna get the effects of your own bong rip plus the effects of this bong rip, or the double powered bong rip. Because I, as archpastor of God's Big Heaven Church, I have the power to transubstantiate things. So I hereby transubstantiate ye. People's skills are overrated. Well, I do have in mind still some notions of, I don't know, doing one chore sometimes maybe. Oh, right, I have to go over to the other house this morning. I don't exactly know what time that's going to be. Well, Anthony is, uh, in that instance, it's because it didn't clog. It pulled through sort of properly, although it pulled through too much a little bit. So I didn't even like get a full bong rip. Personally, I don't like salmon putty cat. For me, salmon's a big no. I'm just not a fish lover in general. I'm even less a lover of stabbing myself with a poker. That's not fun to stab myself with a poker. No, I don't love tuna juice. The cats do, though. I'm pretty high at myself, actually. I managed to pull a fair number of bong rips this morning. I wonder if I have another poop in me. I might have another poop in me. I already had one this morning. Dreamsy smokes? I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. I'm in kind of a dreamsy, smoky state of being at the moment. Tuna juice is the juice that you push out of the can of tuna before you use the tuna if you're smart. You don't want to just open a can of tuna, empty it, tuna and juice and all into a bowl, okay? Um, you need to squeeze out all the juice from the tuna before you use it. Otherwise, it tastes gross and fishy. And then you also need to melt it in a pan with, well, not after it's been hanging around tuna in the inside of a can for a long time. It goes from being water to tuna juice. The cats love it. No, you melt cheese into the tuna in the pan, okay? Then that's where your moistness is going to come from. No mayonnaise, okay? Just put plenty of cheese so you get plenty of moistness from the cheese. You melt it all together. You smush it around. No, that's your own poop, Anthony is. I wouldn't do that to you, okay? I wouldn't transubstantiate my own poop. If I could transubstantiate my own poop out of my body, I would have started done that a long time ago. And just transubstantiate it right into the septic tank, and I wouldn't have to go to the bathroom at all. Okay, well, I'm telling you here, Lamb, listen to my ways, okay? Listen to my ways. So you're going to fry it in the pan with some cheese, and you're going to uh, you're going to mush it all together in the pan with the cheese until it's all fried together. You'll see it becomes very moist, like a sticky ball of moisture, kind of. And then you're going to add some ketchup onto it, and then mix that in there too in the pan. And then put it on your bread. No adding sardines. I mean, I have plenty of horrible, horrible songs, Boba Fett. So I can't even say which is my worst because there's songs I never play or never think about, but are terrible. Yes, here I am, ketchup. If you don't want to go ketchup, then go mustard. But for God's sakes, do not put mayonnaise in it. Okay. No, I've never done any crime for any. I've never done any time for any crime. I did get arrested in Oklahoma for marijuana and marijuana paraphernalia. Um, Peanut butter, no peanut butter, guys, just trust me and make the sandwich as I indicate. You won't be disappointed. It may sound kind of strange, but it's actually very delicious. Yes, that's happened to me before, Putty Cat. Yes, mayo is gross. Exactly. Avoid mayo. The only possible reason you might want to have mayo, well, there are two good usages for mayo. So, if you want to put a very thin layer of mayonnaise on one side of your bread and then fry that in the pan, then you'll get this kind of like restauranty kind of bread. Okay. So one that's one acceptable use for mayonnaise. A second acceptable use for mayonnaise is on a hamburger. Again, a very thin layer of mayonnaise on a hamburger. There are no other acceptable uses for mayonnaise. I have listed both of the acceptable uses for mayonnaise. Let's do a poll. Maybe you should eat less fiber now. Is mayonnaise good? How do you spell it then? Let's see. The answer is no, obviously. Is mayonnaise good? No, definitely not. You could use mayo to lube the hinges on your door. That'd be fine. Gordon Ramsay puts mayonnaise in his ground beef for burgers, I think I saw. I think that's not a terrible idea. A little bit. No tartar sauce, okay? No. Malt vinegar. My next question will be which condiment for fish? Tartar sauce or malt vinegar? What about life for wink wink? I I have no idea what that means. Oh, lube for wink wink. That's gross. Don't use food. Don't mix food. In general, keep sex separate from everything else, okay? Keep it separate from your YouTube. Keep it separate from the kitchen. Just keep it separate, right? No tartar sauce. No. Side cheek, you're saying that you're trying to tell me you think mayonnaise is lawful neutral? I think you're being pretty generous to that mayonnaise. At least at best, you could possibly say it's chaotic neutral. Catfish needs tartar sauce, while fish and chips requires malt vinegar. Catfish needs to be left alone in the water because it's gross. Side cheek looks cray. I don't think there's anything cray about her saying mayonnaise is lawful neutral. Well, maybe I'll phrase it the next poll. You can only pick one condiment for fish, and then tartar sauce, malt vinegar. I will try to slay. I'm not a bitch, but I will try to slay. Unless you're saying slay bitch, but then like uh, make love to my wife. Well, I might do that today, but I don't know. We'll find out. Hot sauce. I don't know if I'm going to give that third choice, Anthony is. I think a three choice poll is a little iffy. Hot sauce on fish. Fish is trash. I eat the condiment without the fish. Not caught. Um, I'm not disagreeing with you, but occasionally you get good fish. Or occasionally you find a place that has good fish and chips, and it's hard to deny the goodness of the fish and chips. Yeah, I've not been wearing them for a couple of days, actually. That's a good joke from Mitch Hedberg. I have so much tartar, I don't need to dip my fish sticks in shit. Soy, wasabi, and ginger. Hmm. Uh, that's gonna win, obviously. Best combination for fish depends on personal taste and the type of fish you're cooking. Some classic combinations include lemon and herbs, garlic and butter, or soy sauce and ginger. Yeah, well, Zachariah Elidi, you aren't wrong, okay? You aren't wrong. But I don't really like fish that much. Sometimes, occasionally, not for a long time now, but I go get sushi, and it can be quite good if you get it at a good sushi restaurant. It's getting like super high quality fish. Recently I went to a fancy restaurant for her birthday, and they had a preset menu, and included on it were a course that had trout roe. It was like trout roe, fancy trout roe potato salad. It was actually quite delicious. And what do you call it? Caviar on this little teeny pie that they made with caviar on top of it. Anyway, and I don't normally like fish. And then the very God, not caught. That's too gross. Okay, that's too gross. Your grossness is too gross. Anyway, um, the best course in the whole meal actually was the halibut with the brown butter sauce. I don't know what we'll have for dinner for my birthday, but I do know we already talked about what we're gonna do for my birthday. We're gonna go to the casino. It should be fun. You know, the thing about going to the casino is no, they won't let you live stream in the casino, I'm sure. Uh, I'm the 27th, said Cheek. Oh, I'm sure I will. Yes. I don't think I've ever had Rocky Mountain oysters, Buddy Cat. Yes, I have tried venison meat. I have. It's, I've never tried elk, I don't believe, but I have tried venison, and I enjoyed it when I've had it a few times at like fancy restaurants. I decided to get it. Yeah, I'm a tourist. But my meow is rising and my meow is ascendant and my meow. So don't forget all of those things. Okay. Have I tried a mandiglow? I don't believe I've ever even heard of that before. Is that a kind of fruit? A mandiglow? Like half mango, half half watermelon. I don't know. Tony Hawk's Norwegian Wasteland. Good morning. Good morning. Have I tried squirrel? No, I've never tried squirrel. No, I've never tried groundhog. Mandangolo. Okay. It's got the same kind of quality as like the pomelo. There's a kind of I have had groundhog, Rubenard. You make a good point. Am I skilled with nunchucks? No. I'm not skilled with nunchucks at all. I never really applied myself at nunchuck practice. I did, of course, at some point in my childhood have nunchucks. And I'm sure I hit myself in the face with them several times and said, okay, that's enough nunchucks. Rachel, darling, good morning, my beloved sweetheart. How is my angel bottoms this morning? We're asking a critical question here today in the poll. Is mayonnaise good? The answer is no, it's not. Liking mayonnaise is a lot like being a Nazi. Bad. Well, should I put out some cutlets for the woodland friends? What do we think? Yes, we should? Okay, let's do it. Let's put some cutlets for the woodland friends. I'm going to turn the camera around because, it's not age appropriate for me to have a health tube. According to YouTube. See, I have to because why? Who's here looking at me intently? This squirrel saying, where are the cutlets? Give them to me. Give them now. All right, fine. Oops, that's not what I meant to do. There. Yeah, the garage door's opening. You know what's coming, don't you? You know what's coming. You filthy squirrel, you. Oh, you're a filthy squirrel. You love cutlets. You're a naughty squirrel. You're a naughty cutlet lover, aren't you? Here we go. There you go, you cutlet lover, you. Alright. Now let's put some cutlets over here. These squirrels. Listen, I don't put out these cutlets to cause you squirrels to fight among yourselves. There are plenty of cutlets for you, for both of you. Just enjoy your delicious cutlets in peace. I'm assuming they'll come back down in a minute here. I do like to provide at least a few minutes of hot squirrels on squirrel action. They're currently up in the tree, feeling skittish for whatever reason. You might see a cat sometimes. That'll make them go up in the tree. What are you warning me about? It's fine. I'm not gonna bother you. I don't know if there are any cats or not, but I don't see any right now. I think you can chance it. Take a chance on cutlets. You'll be first in line. You'll get a lot of cutlets. 'Cause you're just in time. There you are, and now you're feasting good. The cutlets are on the wall like they should be all the time. 'Cause it's cutlet time. All right, well, here you go. That's some real live squirrel cutlet eating action. This is happening right now in real life. And you're experiencing it at the speed of light. Okay, sure, there's probably a short delay. But close enough, you know? Close enough. Can you see that? black-eyed pea there? Once John told me the wrong name for them, which is black-eyed peas. He guaranteed that I would be calling them that forever. All right, well, I'm done with my health tube, so let's go back inside, where I can read the chat, respond to words that people say, etc. How does one poop in the woods? Well, one goes into the woods, squats down, and allows one's bowels to do the rest. What are you meowing about, kitty? What? I have to go watch you eat again? I do? That seems a little excessive. Okay. Okay. You can hear the power of his meows. You can see why I am powerless to defeat his meowing ways. The cutlets are sunflower seeds. Do I ever poop in the woods? No. I am from America. I'm from California. Please read the chat. I am reading the chat now, okay? As best I can. Life is stressful sometimes. True that. True that. Yeah, it's made with eggs. Do I like Olive Garden salad dressing? I don't know if I do or not. I have been to Olive Garden, but I don't remember the salad dressing in particular. Did I miss something? Oh yeah, you missed a lot. You missed all the most exciting parts. Have I ever had poison ivy? No, but I have had poison oak. On the West Coast, we don't have poison ivy. Oh, yes. You're a good kitty. Why are topicality voters said to be fairness and education? Surely a non-topical plan is bad simply because it isn't relevant to the resolution, not because it's hard to prepare for or it doesn't help. Well, what they're saying is, essentially, what is the impact of allowing irrelevance? And the impact is it either harms the competitive landscape or it harms the educational landscape. You kind of have to impact everything in some way, right? So that's how you impact all theory issues. Whereas, like, I was also thinking another example of a meta framework K that's not a discourse K per se, or it's a different kind of discourse K, is like apocalyptic talk. So if the opponent runs a bunch of different link stories to a bunch of different terminal impacts, then you might read apocalyptic talk K, which says appealing to, you know, inevitable doom and apocalypse as a, essentially that trying to make policy by winning on impact magnitude is bad. And so that would be a meta framework argument that's not like identitarian, you know? The distinction between impacting on fairness in education and impacting on something else is the distinction between a theory argument and a K. So K's you can impact in some other way. Like, for example, apocalyptic talk, the impact is it harms public policy making because it promotes the wrong policies, you know? So that's one way you can determine whether something's a theory argument or a critique, which are the two different kinds of meta framework arguments. Good job, Eric. Good job. So I pooped some more. Everyone will be pleased to know. And that's one of my main jobs in the morning. It's part of waking up. Is to try to poop as much as possible, you know. I had a poop earlier. I'm happy to have a second poop. There may even be a third poop in my future. This could be a 3-act play, you know. With Brownie Stinkums in the lead role as main poop. Oh hey. Oh hey to you too. Or is that okay? I'm kind of far away from them, yeah, at the moment. Well, that's certainly an improvement on my previous state of being. One which saw my body more full of waste than it currently is. All right. Now it is time for us to get off of the toilet and completed our bathrooming activities to the delight of everyone. Okay. All right, now put my other thing I don't really particularly love about overalls. But so it goes. Alright, let's go into the kitchen to wash our hands. I just prefer washing my hands in the kitchen. Alright. Got some dishes in the sink. Might put those in the dishwasher. This is how you wash your hands. Put some soap on them, rub it all around. Wash it all off, you know. Reuse. You might call the use approach to washing your hands. And gonna shake off all of this red stuff that was stuck on here. And figure that's good enough for the dishwasher. Alright. These things also go in the dishwasher. So let's go ahead and accomplish our first actual chore today. Let's put some things in the dishwasher. That's an easy enough chore to do. Even I can do that. Even during the undermotivated period of time known as Sleepy Week. Alright. Let's just kind of rinse these off a bit. Alright, there. Now I have to wash my hands again because I got food grease on them. So wash my hands again. And then I will get a paper towel. Do that. Might as well wipe up over here a second. A couple little pieces of trash that I see over here. I don't want the judgy lady coming around again and telling me how filthy my kitchen is. Forget who that lady was, but I forget what her name was. She came around yesterday again to tell me how filthy the kitchen was and how she would not eat anything prepared in this filthy kitchen. It's like, okay, Jesus, not that clean, but it's not that filthy. That's an area where you're gonna successfully push on me in my like, okay, yeah, it's kind of dirty. Well, KE, you know what I would say about that? I'm a Taurus, and that's just how it is. Okay, deal with it. Deal with me as a Taurus, or don't deal with me at all. Wait, no, I take that back. Thanks, pretty cat. I will have a seat. Oh, Lordy Lord. Well, The truth is, I'm feeling fairly tired again. Oh, sure, Rachel. You mean for putting the things in the dishwasher? Oh, I try to keep things relatively clean around here. Feeling tired again, but I'm also feeling a little bit of a pump of energy. Like, having gotten that one thing done, maybe I could vacuum elsewhere in the house. Uh, that is another chore I could do. I could vacuum or I could sweep. No, I have no Tickle Me Elmo doll. I have zero Tickle Me Elmo dolls. This trash here looks like it needs to be taken out. I could take out this trash. That wouldn't be the end of the world. Oh, that probably has something to do with it. You're right, pretty good. I should take advantage of that post-dump burst of energy and take out the trash. All right, I got it. I got the trash. Okay. Now we're going outside. I don't care what none of you all say. My Gemini is up in Mars, and ain't nothing gonna change that. Pisces suck. Ain't nobody like no Pisces. You mean like that? They might be chirping around here. Birds will do that. Chirp, chirp, chirp. I hear you, birds. I'm not impressed with your chirp, chirp, chirp. Anybody can chirp anytime. Doesn't impress me. But I tell the birds. So they don't get too cocky, Nobody likes cocky birds. Birds should stay humble. Sit down. Be humble. No, I don't like to watch Jerry Springer. Do turtles have knees? I'm not sure. I'm going to say yes. Well, I did another job. I think I'm feeling fairly well, like going back to bed. Yes, we do have scorpions in the woods. Probably, yeah, he's bothering her. So, I think I'm going to wrap this up now. And I appreciate y'all being here. I'm in California, Mariposa County, California. We do get little scorpions here. You can find them inside the house sometimes. I don't know if the cats bring them in or what. But no, we don't have problems with termites. Our house isn't made of very little wood around this house. Anyway, I'm tired, so I think I'm gonna try to watch cartoon, do anything on, and go back to bed. I love you all. Have a great day. I'll see you later today, I'm sure. Turn off thing.